Rolling. Action!
Welcome everyone to the viewing of the much anticipated Stage Lights films. At the beginning of the year, which now seems like an eternity ago, we introduced the children to a wide range of myths and legends. Each class chose one story which we then crafted plays out of.
We created storyboards, we wrote scripts, held auditions, assigned roles, and we even created a trailer. All was going smooth and on its way to a live stage performance on the 31st of May.
Then, all our lives turned upside down.
With the circuit breaker came a world of uncertainty!
In the weeks that followed, we eventually decided to create Zoom shows out of the plays we created. But when we were given the green light to come back to the center with the students, we welcomed it because we knew nothing can replace the energy and connection we experience when we have everyone in class.
This transition
Was by no means an easy one. We decided to create full-fledged films out of the plays we created, but everybody's safety was our top priority. So, we followed all the necessary safety precautions by using face shields during our scenes and keeping a 1 meter distance between all performers.
We also had to record all of our scenes in a highly limited number of hours available to us for each class. And we had to find creative ways to depict the scenes which were originally meant for stage, pre-social distancing times.
Needless to say, throughout this whole process, our whole team learned so much. After a grueling, hectic, but immensely satisfying few months of preparing,
Shooting,
And editing, we proudly bring to you our 5 Stage Lights short films based on myths and legends. We have
Trojan Horse, based on the popular Greek myth, presented to you by the 9 a.m. class.
Bukit Merah, from our very own local tradition of legendary, presented to you by the 11 a.m. class.
El Yaguara, based on the South American myth about jaguars, presented to you by the 1 p.m. class.
The River Conwyathank, based on the Welsh myth of the deadly water monster, presented to you by the 4 p.m. class.
And lastly, The House of the Watcher, based on the eerie story of the Matilda House here in Singapore, presented to you by the Stage Light secondary school students. We would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to each and every amazing student who owned this project with such positivity and dedication.
To all our performers' parents and families for constantly supporting them in so many ways.
And to our extended Julia Gabriel team, who contributed to this project in small and big ways.
Without any of you, this would not have been possible.
Enjoy
the show!
All right, we are here. This is the north boundary of the land allotted for clearing. We'd be lost if it weren't for Carlos. It's my job, sir. Can we rest here for a moment? It's exhausting walking through such dense forests.
Very soon, all this forest will be cleared to make way for the new hydroelectric project. 5.68 square kilometers.
They're chopping down the trees? The cooperation is, yes, for the project. But why?
It makes things much easier. Plus, land is cheaper.
And what do the people of Venezuela get from this project? Electricity.
And jobs.
It sure would be nice to get electricity in these parts. But what about all the animals that live here?
Sometimes, Carlos, sacrifices have to be made for the greater good of humankind.
Yes, ma'am, of course. What's this?
Wow!
La última inscripción del Yaguara.
What's the matter? Which period is this from? Aztecs? Incas?
This wasn't written by a human.
What are you talking about?
This was written by the last of the legendary species of sophisticated jaguars. My mother told us stories about them.
Keep reading, Carlos.
English, please. This is my last inscription. I'm in my final days. My eyes are weak and my claws are worn. I am alone. My family has been slain.
Betrayed by human brothers and sisters. I got away thanks to my unusual coat of black. Things used to be very different. The jaguars were mighty, refined, sophisticated, and kind.
As morning dawns, we yawn and soak the oxygen we need for the day of great roaring and exploring.
Your words are true poetry, oh wise and articulate jaguar. Thank you, kind jaguar of unmatched speed. Hatinde! Of course, great jaguar who makes the burning flame, and I shall bring with me the deadly and accurate weapons of archery to slay our prey with great efficiency. Good idea! Let us go forth and embrace this amazing day! Across! With zest and with zeal. Well said, Jaguar. Well said. Let's hunt! As for the humans, you would find it hard to believe. Ga! Ga! Boo! Ga! Boo! Ga! Boo! Ga! Ga! Boo! Ga! Boo! Ga! Boo! Ga! Boo! Ga! Boo!
What's going on here?
Just the humans. I pity these pathetic and vulnerable creatures. My heart goes out to them. Look how weak they look. My fellow jaguars, what do you say we share with them a portion of our abundant and delicious hunt?
Yet,
never tasted. You know, there is a wise old jaguar saying, if you give a human a piece of meat, they will eat for a day. Teach them how to hunt, and they will eat for a lifetime. True! Well said, jaguar. Well said. And so it began. The jaguars, with their kind hearts, adopted the uncivilized humans and began to teach them their sophisticated ways. They were dedicated and patient, and the humans learned quickly. This is the bow. This is the arrow. You stretch the bow like this. Whoa! Dangerous, very dangerous. This is fire. This is me. No. You will be sick. A, B, C. A, B, C. Good. Now, A, B, C. Oh, it's hot. Yummy? Like I said, the humans learned quickly. Too quickly. They were very skilled with their weapons. They cooked confidently. They even invented new ways of cooking. They spoke as well as the jaguars. They began to challenge each other. They started to quarrel. They weren't too happy to share food anymore. And then it became worse. Who else over here is sick and tired of these jaguars? Me! I've had enough! These jaguars are just holding us back. You're right. We can do so much better. If only we had their weapons and tools. They still think we are lesser than them. I can feel it in the way they look at us. Yeah! They think they're so sophisticated and fancy.
I think they taught us all these things just so that they can use us as their slaves.
Absolutely, no doubt. How dare they? Are we ready to be slaves? No! Are we okay with being lesser? No! Well, it's clear then. The jaguar must go. Of course, they have to go. It's necessary. A sacrifice for the greater good of humankind.
Well said.
It's settled. Tonight, we steal their weapons. Tonight, the sophisticated jaguars sleep forever. Who's in? Yeah! Defeat! Treachery! Betrayal!
No mercy!
For the greater good of humankind! Yeah! The humans fled. leaving nothing behind but the carcasses of my brothers and sisters, and me, the last surviving member of the species of sophisticated jaguars. Just me. All I had were memories of what I saw, and these claws to scratch out these final words. I have nothing more to say, except beware, for the jaguar still lives in the shadows of the forest.
Stripped off its weapons and its language, but burning bright with anger. Beware the jaguar.
What was that?
Carlos? Are we safe?
My mother used to say, "You'll never be safe in this forest."
Go! No, from her. Well done. Happy. High five. All right. I'm happy that you're not afraid. Well done. Start again. No, start from her.
Your head is short. What? Shampoo? Reverse. No, so
Stripped off its weapons and its language. They spoke as well as the jaguars, and then it began was.
Action.
You're chopping down the trees?
Electricity? We'd be lost if it weren't for Carlos.
No, this is the one. Can we rest?
here?
That line's down on it.
Oh.
Can we rest for a moment? Okay. It's okay.
Whoa! Dangerous, very dangerous!
Go!
Yes, sick. Okay.
Good idea. Go.
Go on, you.
Not good idea. Good idea.
Good idea!
Yes, that's the one.
Four.
Not a minute wrong. You will be sick.
Wow. Sometimes, Carlos, sacrifices have to be made for the greater good of humankind.
One, five, hunt in.
And action.
Action.
If we all...
You want to say his line?
Open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. Ga, 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 move, ga. 1, 5, hunt, air.